Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Mike Tirico along with my partner Greg Olson. It's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. Off we go from South Philly. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. The linebacker Jonathan Cooper on the tackle.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
Trimmer.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And caught Saquon Barkley. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Trying to avoid the early 3 and out, they face 3rd and a yard. On the ground, it's the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain,
oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. D.J. Jones in there to bring him down. And that's his first sack of the year. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. A throw over the middle, it's Odell. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
Formation for the Eagles.
To return, it's Mims. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. And the Broncos first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
A first down throw for Nix. Left side, that's complete. It's Sutton. And he'll be hustled out just shy of the first down marker. That's a pickup at 9. He's going to set up 2nd and 1.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
And I don't think he got there wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down. They'll try to run here with Harvey. And he will have a Broncos first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
A gain of a yard. First down.
Again, it's Harvey. Not a whole lot there as he'll work it down to the 46. Jalen Carter out of Georgia makes the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7.
Second and 7.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That is caught, and it's Troy Franklin. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 24 yards.
A gain of 24 through the air. Good for a Denver first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard's very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Oh, I said. Hey,
back to throw is Nix. This one caught at the 4. And the Broncos are looking at a 1st and goal. He takes it all the way down to the 2.
And the Broncos first down. 1st and goal, Denver.
Let the fullback try to power it home. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. That touchdown number 1 for him on the year. Will Lutz now for the PAT. He gets it to go. Broncos will take a 7-0 lead.
Broncos 7, Eagles nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Brown now to return it. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
The tackle made at the
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
From the 24 now, here is 2nd and 5. Now Hurts gonna run this one himself. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
It's 3rd and 4. Here's Hurts. He's got his man. It's Smith. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
For an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Broncos with the early lead. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. He's going to be taken down right at midfield. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays.
Saquon Barkley! And he will score! Saquon Barkley, touchdown Eagles! It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback, and the ball's coming out to the 35. On first down, here's Nix to throw. That's taken in. It's R.J. Harvey. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Straight ahead goes Harvey. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. A run once more. That's Harvey. 17 yards on that play. First down, Broncos.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Finding space at the 15. And he will get into the end zone. R.J. Harvey. Touchdown, Denver. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Broncos will move out to a 14-7 lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Brown now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there.
Their own 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Barkley. He is belted in the backfield. What a shot he took. It's going to be a loss of yardage. What a play.
22-yard line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. And they'll try to convert it on 3rd down.
So he gets on the board, first catch of his career. I can promise you he's going to hang on to that ball. Now, it wasn't the flashiest of plays, but just try to get him comfortable and try to settle him into this game.
On third down, here's Hurts. This one into the hands of Beckham. Gain of 13 for number 13. And a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he will score. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Oh, he missed the extra point. It's no good, and they can't even this one up. They will remain down by 1.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 16 yards on the game, and a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down.
Gain of 11 on the play.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the give, this is Harvey. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Jordan Davis, the man in the middle, brings it to an end. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 7. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. 2 minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long.
Bombers.
Here's Nix to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
On fourth down, out is the rookie 6th-round pick, Jeremy Crawshaw, to kick it away. So the Eagles will use their first time out here as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. On fourth down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. Oh, that is terrific. Out of bounds, inside the 5-yard line.
4-yard line.
Backed up to his own goal line, Hurts. This one broken up, It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bonito.
They'll take over first down and goal to go at the 7-yard line.
So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. First and goal. Here's a run. A second effort, and he is in. R.J. Harvey. Touchdown, Denver. That's his second touchdown so far here in the first half. The kick by Lutz is good. Broncos extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Brown now to return it. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
No touch. No touch.
On first and 10, it's Hurts. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
No touch. No touch.
To throw, Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end. Dallas got it. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
Great. No touch.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's going to let it fly downfield for Beckham. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league. And when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
To the air again. Hurts. Throw here down the field. Little fall. Incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
So while they fail to connect on this one, I don't really blame him for continuing to give his guy a shot in tight coverage. When you have someone as special as he is, you can't only throw him the ball when he's open. It's just not going to be enough opportunities. There's not going to be enough volume. So every now and then, there is a calculated risk where even if it's not the ideal window or situation, you've got to give a guy like him as many chances at the ball as you can.
Here's Braden Mann now as he's on to punt for the second time. This fielded inside the 35. And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field.
Take over first and 10 at the Eagles' 47-yard line.
Handoff now for Harvey. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. That's swung out to Harvey. And they'll take this down inside the 35. First and 10. To throw is Nix. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime.
At the 27-yard line.
Second down and 3.
Hold on a sec. Ready.
Throw it. Nix. A quick slant into the hands of Waddle. And he's into the end zone. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Broncos.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Brown now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Hurts looking to throw on first down. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
These guys take over first and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Hold on a sec. Ready.
Nix now on first and 10. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
It's
Second and 10. On the give, it's Harvey. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up. We have hit halftime. Going to take a quick break, come back, second half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. From the 35, it's first and 10. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
Second down. Nix. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Work in the middle, that's Harvey. And he's got it. Good work there to take it to the 47 and set up first down. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready.
Give now to Harvey, running right. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
That's caught on the right side by Waddle. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That's good.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
First and 10 at the 30.
Here's Harvey. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
First down, Broncos.
Working out of the gun. It's Nix. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Zach Baum. He's in there for the sack. It's his third of the year. On second down, it's Nix.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. They get 24 on that one, and just like that, it's first and goal. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's first and goal. To the goal line and in. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Denver. Lutz for the extra point. And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? You see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he gets this up close to the 40. Riley Moss, the corner, is there to end it. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Ball on the 39. Here's second and 6. A pistol snap back to Hurts. He'll look underneath here for Barkley. He's across midfield. There he goes again. And he will score again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. He's doubled his touchdown output for the season in one game. That's his third of the game, his 6th this year. Well, they get the running back out of the backfield, and, Greg, we find him in the end zone, a touchdown pass.
Mike, we call those short throw, long run. It's every quarterback's dream. He's able to get the ball out of his hand to his intended target. And in this case, this guy, he does the best.
That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. On the ground, this is Harvey. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. John Campbell, first-round pick out of Bama. There for the stop.
Brings up second and 7.
Second and 7. Throwing is Nix. A pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass ball is incomplete.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Nix from the gun on third down. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
A run with Harvey. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
He'll come up to 3rd and 3. Back to throw is Nix. Catch made there by Waddle.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, here's Nix. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as the defense nowhere to be found. They picked up 20 on 4th down.
A gain of 21
so,
yards.
3 quarters now in the books.
Denver.
Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 4. Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's J.K. Dobbins. And he's... to pick up the first down. He'll get down to the 15-yard line.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Here's Dobbins. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Eagles.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Play action now. It's Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Broncos. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Broncos 41, Eagles 19. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Brown now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first down, it's Hurts. That is caught right side by Beckham. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They get 16 on that connection. Good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
That'll be taken in by Barkley. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand?
Great. Set. 180.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
Watching him throughout this game has been incredible, Mike. I mean, I've loved watching him perform. The reality is it just hasn't impacted the outcome of the game. It's really been a wasted individual effort unless they can somehow find a way to flip this thing around.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Great. Set. 180.
Hurts will work here from the pistol. And this ball incomplete on third down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. He's got it inside the 5. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. They get 29 yards. A big pickup on fourth down. From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. Saquon. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
I give that defense all the credit in the world there, Mike. And offensively, you find yourself first and goal from the 1. You have to find a way to get that last yard and put the ball in the end zone. There's no excuses to miss a touchdown.
And he's got another one. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Saquon going to try to run it in. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. We call it the octopus. And it cuts the deficit down a bit further.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Look at the 3 tight ends here on first and 10. A run with Dobbins. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
He was brought down by
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 28-yard line.
Here's Nix to throw. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Hurts now. That's taken in left side by Smith. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
2nd and 2 at the 22-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll come up now for 2nd down. A run with Barkley. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
He was trying to get it to Odell Beckham Jr. there. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down as he'll get this up to the 22.
That's good for a Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll give it to Dobbins. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
So the Eagles will use their 1st timeout here. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. To throw is Nix. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts. But this one is about done. So it is a win for the visiting Broncos. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.